Okay, folks, welcome back. Let's go over some vocals. Here they are, in case you haven't heard them.
Makes you sleep, gives you comfort. Grief wide awake takes you comfort. This
I've got a high part and a low part and a few additional background drones. For instance, I've got the main vocal. That's the high part. And there's two takes of that. One of them is a really kind of affected version that only comes out on the left speaker. In terms of processing, it's going to be a chorus followed by virtual mix rack, doing some EQ, compression, and this revival plugin, which just kind of adds a nice sheen to things. In terms of EQ, I'm sort of focusing my vocals around 5.5K. It looks like I'm reducing 80 Hertz slightly as well, followed by Echo Boy on its chorus mode and T-Rax Hall, and pretty much every track has that same level of processing. Some of them don't have chorus, but they're pretty much all the same settings as well. And then all of these vocal tracks get bussed to the main vocal bus at the other side of the mixer. So as well as that, I've got main 3, which is a slightly different performance. It's panned all the way right. So when you add these two to the main, you get a nice spread. In addition to that, I've also got this low kind of, like I'm not putting any effort in kind of vocal. Really droney, almost like I'm not even opening my throat up. And on its own, it sounds kind of lame on its own, but when you add that to the others, it meshes in quite nicely. In addition to that, what I did is I bounced the main vocal, I reversed it, I added delay and reverb to it, and then I reversed it again. And that got me the kind of spooky, ethereal, ghost-like vocal, which I also enhanced with some extra Echo Boy and compression. On its own, it sounds like an interesting ambient kind of sound, but it really helps glue all of the vocals together, I think.
Grief makes you sleep, gives you comfort. Grief wide awake takes you comfort. There's also
In addition to those, I've got a couple of drone performances which are really subtle. You could barely hear them, but they kind of add to the overall effect. I'm going to turn them up a little bit here. And I'm basically doing the harshest kind of E vowel and just doing a basic melody in the background. You can even hear the click because I did it in the control room. And the click is bleeding from my headphones into the microphone.
Grief makes you sleep, gives you comfort. Grief wide awake takes.
And you can see I'm putting more intensity into these second four than I am the first four. I'm trying to help the whole section to rise in intensity until it drops. And again, that's a really subtle thing. It wasn't that loud in the final mix. But it's just one of them things that kind of helps. Likewise with these two harmonies. In the second half, I just decided that it kind of needed a higher note. So there's a lot of layers to that pretty simple vocal part. And then all of that gets bussed down to this vocal channel. And it gets de-essed by the waves de-esser. Just to calm down on the kind of the S noises, like that sort of harsh, windy noise. And it gets vocal rider added to it, which helps to kind of level it all out. It's a bit more natural than compression. Some additional EQ where I am emphasizing 3.2, a little bit of high-end roll-off, and a boost around 220 hertz, followed by reverb, Echo Boy again, and this excellent Manny distortion plugin. And then when it kind of goes up to the high part, similar kind of thing really. I was really trying to sort of get the best performance that I could. Multiple layers to kind of thicken it up a bit. That's the main take for this one, and the others are kind of extra layers. And then of course we've got the spooky processed thing. I was just trying to kind of add atmosphere to the whole thing. And then, yeah, obviously all of the delays, all of the reverb tails, I just let them echo off naturally over the entire next bit. skip to the end where I've got this very strange kind of almost atonal chord. You can even hear some bleed at the start there as well, because again I did it in the control room. And I just like the way that the two sort of harmony parts, on their own, they don't even really sound that atonal, but altogether it's like a really strange... strange, distant sounding chord. And because this is the last track on the album, I kind of felt that it needed to go out on a really strange sounding note. You can see I'm raising the volume throughout the entire last chunk of that, just to kind of develop the dynamics a bit. And I do that quite a lot at the start as well. If I go over here, you can see it starts off quite low and progressively it gets louder. And it's all to serve the purpose of when this drops at bar 49 or 48. That really needed to be a pivotal moment in this song. There's a couple of moments in this song where the dynamics just completely change, and that's really the whole idea. And the vocals are there really to just to serve that, which is why I build it up in stages. So yeah, the long and short of it, tried to capture the best performance I could. I enhanced the areas of my vocal that I liked, and I tried to subdue the areas that I didn't like. Plenty of reverb, plenty of delay, controlled amounts of distortion. Like, that isn't a lot of distortion, but it's enough to just sort of add that little bit of edge, that little bit of bite to the sound. And you especially hear it here. That really helps to bring out the buzz and the brilliance of the note. So if there's anything there that I haven't covered or you want me to expand on, send me a message, add a comment, and yeah, I'll try and get back to you. I'm going to do another video just to kind of round this up. A bit of an overview video, some kind of dynamics, techniques, and yeah, see where we go from there.